To all the parents and adults out there, before you give your kids a smartphone, I want you to listen to this. Everyone knows that kids can get tiring. They have a lot of energy and they need so much attention. And that's why many of us give them our phones, so that we could keep them busy and have some free time for ourselves. It's simple. You put on a video, give them your phone at home or in a restaurant or anywhere, and they immediately get hooked in no time. But there is something that's quite scary and surprising when kids are on these screens. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you what it is. So do like, share, and hold your comments till the end, because this is going to get interesting. Do you know that kids under 8 spend more than 2 to 4 hours a day looking at a smartphone or a screen? It might not seem much to adults, but here's what happens. From birth to the age of 3, kids' brains need a lot of activity to develop. This time is also known as the critical period. This is when the brain makes connections for important skills such as vision, hearing, and language. But when you give a child a video to watch instead of reading them a book, the experience in the brain is very different. So instead of kids learning to focus and imagine the story, the device shows them all the images. And this is where certain cognitive systems in the brain become underdeveloped that help a child think, learn, concentrate, and much more. But that's not all. It can cause a stunted development of the front lobe of the brain. This part of the brain helps them understand social interactions with people. That's why these days it's become difficult for kids to express or even learn social cues like facial expressions or even feelings. And with their head down in the screens, they miss out on these 1,000 little signals that is important for their mental, emotional, and physical growth. Apart from that, what's more surprising is that when a kid watches a video that's super fast-paced, the color, sound, stories cause a sensory overload, which means a lot of information is going in compared to what the brain can process. And that releases stress hormones. But it also activates the reward system in the brain, making kids more addicted to screens. And it doesn't end there. Using too much of smartphones or screens plays a big role in childhood obesity, as kids these days are losing interest in physical activities and prefer spending time on their gadgets, and this has become a worldwide epidemic. And if you're wondering how do we stop this? Well, the answer is pretty simple. According to Common Sense Media survey, parents need to first set an example. We need to understand that most things kids do is by watching their parents or adults. So setting a great example is important. And since we cannot avoid smartphone screens for kids completely, we can make some changes, like limiting their screen time and directing them towards doing things that are fun, like dancing, drawing, singing, or any physical activities, or even teaching them some new skill. Because in the end, no matter what, giving your kid a smartphone or a screen should be the last option. Till then, be curious, be awesome. Rosha that.